Hello, welcome to my stream. My name is Sel, and tonight I am playing this game again. I haven't been streaming in a while, so I'm back. Um, I was just busy with stuff and it was stressful and yeah. Um, but now I have tons of time for streaming in huge contrast. It is now proper full summer for me. One of the nice things about working in academia is you get summer off. Um, I mean, like, yeah, there's still like stuff I'm doing, but it's not like I have a schedule. It's not like I am expected to show up to work. I don't have to interact with other people. And as an introvert, that's a big thing. So, um, everything I do is kind of like however much I want to do, when I want to do it. Um, I should just probably do stuff, but I don't have specific expectations. So, like, or no one has specific expectations of me. I, of course, set my own expectations, but yeah. So that is pretty nice, and that means I'll have a ton of time this summer to stream some things. I'm going to try to maybe do something cool for July, or have like something in place by July that's cool. Um, and for now, for this week at least, I really want to just um, finish up the games that I've started. So I will be streaming more often. Dawn of Grimm, hello, welcome, welcome. Um, so I will be streaming more often, not a whole bunch because I don't want to burn out right away. But maybe like 4 days this week or so. I'm thinking Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, maybe whenever I feel like it, basically. But that's the idea currently. Um, so yeah. Uh, and I want to get through the games. Yeah, yeah, pretty manageable. Again, like I don't have like work and stuff for the time being for the summer, so um I have a lot of time, but I know if I like go crazy and I'm like I'm going to stream every day this week, I'm going to burn out and it won't be good. So yeah. So I'm trying to like not do too much. Not go crazy into it, kind of hold myself back a little bit. Is the plan. And goal wise, I want to get through these games. I want to get through the life and suffering of Sir Brant and the Paranormal Sight game. At least those two. For this week if I can, and if I can't do it this week, but before the end of June. And then we'll start new games and new stuff in July. So that's the plan. That's the plan. Okay. Let's get into this game. Open it up. Um, audio working. Okay. Let's continue. I forget what had happened. This one. Okay. Continue. Ooh, 14 years old. We're almost a youth. Okay. I don't remember what's going on in this. Okay, yeah, thank you for lurking. Thanks for checking in and saying hi. It's good to see you. Yeah, thanks for the good stream wishes. Okay. So this section is entitled Agony, as appropriate for a game with suffering in the title. Stephen leaves soon after. Oh no, there were voices and I forget all the voices. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, we'll just have to guess. I say this every single time I play a game with voices. Okay. Stephen leaves soon after the trial, alone. Grandfather does not go with him. For the first time in a long time, he lingers in the house for more than a fortnight. Father says Sir Gregor is ill and needs rest. Oh, I remember. Stephen helped us, right? Like we went to go get our sister in those ruins and we fought those kids and but we got in trouble, but Stephen helped in the trial. He was like he redeemed himself. Like he used to be this complete jerk, but he was a little bit nicer. He's gotten a little bit better. Um angsty teenager times. He's like moved past it mostly. Several months go by, and it becomes clear that grandfather will not recover. The eldest Brant is mostly bedridden now. On some days he has trouble recognizing people. When he means to address you or Nathan, he calls you Robert, your father's name. But when he does get out of bed, the house grows empty. The servants hide, Mother locks herself in her chambers. You and Nathan run outside or hide quietly in your rooms. If grandfather sees anyone in the hallway, he begins lamenting. Oh, nobody heeds the lots any longer. Any harlot with a child can marry a nobleman these days. Children have no respect. His son betrayed him and let him down. And oh, how the Brant family has lost its honor. Again and again you hear grandfather knocking at Mother's door, screaming that it is all her fault. He blames her for ruining his chances to find bliss in the hereafter. He blames her for dooming him to suffer at the foot of the pillar. You overhear your parents talking one night. Mother begs father to move Sir Gregor to his old home and spare the children his decline. Father refuses her outright. It is late at night. The hot, dry winds are coming. Wait. I need to hear more of the game. I don't know if this game is rough, because I can't, maybe I'll turn up a little bit. It does seem pretty quiet. At least to me. Maybe that's good. I can't check the volume levels, which is usually how I know if the volume's good, because when I do that with this game, and I exit the game window, the volume does not play, sound doesn't play, so I don't really, when I go into Streamlabs to check the levels, I can't, so that's kind of annoying, but okay. It is late at night. The hot, dry winds are coming. The house is empty save for you, Nathan, Gloria, Mother, and grandfather in his bed. Father has left for the capital on business. You are engrossed in the history of the Empire, snapping out of your reverie only when the clock strikes midnight. You blow out the candle and get ready for bed. You hear the shuffling of heavy feet outside your door. You see light in the hallway. Grandfather, what could he want in the middle of the night? He's looking rough. Look at that face. It's not a face you want to talk to. You peek into the hallway once he has passed. Grandfather's figure sways as he heads for the door to Mother's chambers. He opens the door and walks in. You hear him saying something quietly. Your unease is stronger than your fear now. You sneak closer to hear his words. You foul commoner! I have to cleanse my sins. I have to save my soul. You are my greatest sin, and what you have done to Robert and this family. I should have put a stop to this marriage. I should have stopped Robert from tainting this house by your presence. Why, oh why didn't I do it? Please, Sir Brante, I beg of you. Silence! You will do my bidding. Fire will cleanse all low-born filth from this place. Fire and flame will free Robert from this disgrace. This is for my son's sake. For my son's sake. For my sake. I need to eradicate this low-born filth. The twins, they are calling for me now. I can feel it. I can feel it. I beg of you, please have mercy. Mother begins to cry. You run into the room, unable to stay out of this any longer. Grandfather's gaunt figure looms over Mother's bed, a lit oil lamp in his hand. Mother is sprawled out on the bed, crying. Please, just let me warn the children. I beg of you, Sir Brant. Your steps are loud enough to be heard. Grandfather turns to look at you. Stay out of this, sir. Be useful for once. Worldly matters concern me no longer. I see only my sins now, and a sinner I am. A sinner. The twins, they forgive no one. They will judge me by the pillar. I must do something. I don't want to suffer for all eternity. Go away. Mother is crying. Grandfather is still looming over the bed, driven to madness. His hand shakes as it clutches the oil lamp. His eyes shine in the dark. He truly believes this has to be done. You are suddenly torn. What if he is right? What if that is the only way for his soul to find salvation? There's no going back now. You have but a moment to act. Okay, Okay, let's see. Uh, let's see. We can run away to rescue Nathan and Gloria, or we can stop Grandfather. Um, I think we're gonna have to stop him. Okay, we run to Mother's side and snatch the lamp out of Grandfather's hand before he can start a fire. That sounds good. Or we can rescue our siblings. We're 14. I think we can stop him. We don't need to just save our siblings now. Why? Why would I just let it all happen? That'd be the stupidest thing to do. And we only lose 5 willpower. Now, there might be something else that we need to save that for later, but I think we're gonna stop Grandfather. You look at Grandfather defiantly and step towards him. He stares you down with rage and throws the oil lamp at the floor. You manage to catch it, but just barely. Several drops of hot oil hit the rug, not nearly enough to start a fire. The lamp's glass is blistering hot. It burns your hands, but you still hold on to it safely. You low-born scum! You ruined everything! You're every bit like your mother! You! Enraged, he takes his swing, and you squeeze your eyes shut. But he does not hit you hard. But he does not hit you. Instead, there is a deep exhalation. You peek at him with one eye, just in time to see him collapse, all his strength fading away. His chest is heaving, his face a grimace of contempt. Another heavy exhalation. The contempt is gone. There is only fear now. Grandfather's eyes open wide, almost in surprise. He exhales. Suyoku, hey! I've been good. Kind of stressed. Like, not necessarily in, bad way, but, just busy with stuff that didn't turn out well anyway, so didn't pan out. So it feels like I kind of wasted some time, but you know, that's fine. It's summer now. Now it's summer, and that's exciting. So I can get back to streaming more, and working on other projects and stuff. Don't have work until like beginning of August or so. Is probably when I need to start getting back to things. But I have like maybe like 6 weeks or so. Pretty open, so that's exciting. How have you been? Let's see, we gotta kill this guy. He exhales. His eyes grow dim. Mother's there, whispering a prayer. She is shaking violently. You put the oil lamp gently on the bedside table and call for the servants. They carry the body away. It does not disappear. True death has found him. He will never return. You spend the rest of the night with Mother in the sitting room. She will not let go of your hand. For many, many nights afterward, she keeps seeing Grandfather's shadow out of the corner of her eye. Father returns from Eterna the morning after. He is unusually composed as he arranges for the funeral. The house becomes quiet, not the looming heavy sort of quiet of the past few months, but the calm relief you all feel now that the crazed old man is no more. At last, Gregor Brante, the family's patriarch, has departed for the hereafter. Thank goodness. Our relations with him are kind of low, and you know what? That's fine. He's dead, so we don't care. That's fine. See ya. Okay. Grandfather's demise, year 1132. Your grandfather, Sir Gregor Brante, left this world forever to meet the twin gods. Continue. Yeah. Not a day too soon. I mean, I can't help but, like, think, what would have happened? Well, is there a way? I didn't check. There was the option to let him have his way, and then, like, we die. There was the option to save our siblings. I don't know if he dies in that route or not. Like, if he burns the whole house down and dies with it. Because he said he felt death coming anyway. So I wonder though if he didn't die in one of those other routes, and if like he's useful later. You know, like, am I gonna regret this later on? That's kind of what I want to know. Last respects. The night of grandfather's death shook your family to the core. No matter how it happened, your grandfather, Gregor Brante, is dead and will never return. He was a fearful shadow looming over the rest of the family, the Brante patriarch exerting his influence on all the lives below him, and all of you will remember him forever. Father is the new patriarch of the family now, yet he still cannot bring himself to sit at the head of the table where Sir Gregor used to preside. Stephen locks himself away in grandfather's bedroom every day. He will not talk to anyone. Gloria and Nathan still jump at every sound that so much as resembles the knocking of his walking stick. Mother spends all day in prayer at the temple. That's true, that's true. Hard mode without him rather than easy mode with them is probably for the best. And I mean, like, it's great to receive help from people, but some people, you just don't want their help. You don't want their help. It's, like, shameful to take their help, you know? Yeah. Good riddance. And yet the house has become calm and quiet with his passing. But there is one more thing that must be done, the final farewell. It weighs heavily upon your soul. The day comes to pay your final respects. Father goes to the tomb alone, save for Stephen, Nathan, and you. Mother and Gloria stay at home. Us goes alone, except for 3 of us. It's not very alone. Mother and Gloria stay at home. Only nobles, or those who may become nobles, may join this ritual. Okay. There is a solemn silence as you walk to the crypt. Father is the one who breaks this silence when you finally reach the door of the family crypt. Your grandfather built this crypt, and now he will be the first Brante to remain here in body forever. The first ever noble in our family. It is our duty now to hold to the sacrament of flowing blood for Sir Gregor. We will honor his legacy and join him as the founder of the noble Brante dynasty. Stephen perks up at Father's words. His hands still clutch grandfather's sword. Tradition decrees that it must remain in the niche above the owner's sarcophagus. Niche? It feels like here it should be pronounced niche. Okay. Nathan, on the other hand, looks even more frightened now. Ooh, jump scare. Stairs carved of white stone lead you downward. Deep in the gloom of the crypt, atop a pedestal, you see the sarcophagus that holds grandfather's body. Father takes a moment to compose himself before paying his final respects. Gregor Brante, my father, brought our family into nobility through his unshakable will. He was a judge and a loyal servant to the Empire. He lived his life as if he had been born a noble, and never strayed from the path he had chosen. He sought to make the Brante family ennobled by the sword, so that our children's children might be of noble birth. Yeah, and you ruined it. Niche. I mean, at least, yeah, it's true, it's true. At least I know for sure that it's wrong then. Or Nietzsche, like the philosopher. The twins know I abided by my father's words all my life, even if I could not obey him every time. Father lets off a bitter chuckle as he says this. Nathan glares at Father, then turns to glare at Nathan. At you. Should there be a comma here? What is with this? This page needs editing, I guess. Nietzsche's gonna be niche or niche. I don't know how which pronunciation you're going to take for that, but either way, both are good. Both are good. After all, the 2 of you were born of Father's shameful decision to marry a commoner. All of you remember his disastrous passing. He did not die the true death he deserved. Yet we all must know that he fought for the future he believed in, to the very end. And he would be proud to see his family bid him farewell with this sacrament of the nobility. Stephen still glares at Father sullenly. His fingers remain clutched around grandfather's sword. Nathan barely pays attention to the words. He looks around with unease, his arms folded across his chest. Father reaches into his jacket and pulls out a slender dagger, thin and sharp. He takes off his gloves. Watch me carefully, my sons. Make a small cut on the palm of your hand, and let your blood flow into this duct on the wall of the crypt. It will join your grandfather's blood here and flow forever. Then ancestor and progeny will become as one. I don't know if I want to become one with him. I don't think we need to do that. In theory, doesn't his blood flow through our veins already? You know, like his DNA, his genes. We're already one. We're good. We're good. We don't need to do more of this. Didn't we already do this with the other like church thing that happened? Like, wasn't there or maybe that was just me when I grabbed the sword and it cut my hand, something like that. Oh no, instead we were just being whipped. That was what was supposed to happen. Or we're like knighted with the sword. I don't know. There's a lot of blood. Yeah, really fitting story to play on Father's Day. I forgot it was Father's Day. I forgot it was Father's Day. I know Juneteenth is tomorrow, but I forgot Father's Day today. So many holidays. Yep, great Father's Day game. Oh, okay. We shall enter our family's blood tide and receive grandfather's final blessing, for his blood flows first in our blood tide. We will respond to you. He will respond to you. You are part of him, and he is part of you. See, I don't want him to respond to me. I didn't enjoy it when he responded to me when he was alive, so. With a quick motion, grandfather slices his hand and holds the bleeding cut above a small opening in the wall. Then he hands the dagger to Stephen. Stephen cuts his hand without hesitation and does as father did. You receive the dagger next. The dagger's handle feels warm. You hesitate for a moment as you look at the palm of your hand. If you participate in this ritual, you will enter the Brante blood tide. You, a low-born child, a child who is still a commoner. Are you ready to claim your legacy as a descendant of the nobleman Gregor Brante? The eyes of your father and brothers are upon you. Nathan, the youngest brother, will follow your example. You can be certain of this. Ask for grandfather's blessing. We needed a relationship higher than 2. We are at -2. How on earth? What life must we have led to this point to get that horrible old man to like us? And our nobility would need to be greater than 6. Or only one of them need to be true. Okay, so we could do that if we were very noble, but we aren't. So that's fine. We do have the condition met for this one, a nobleman's sacrament. Oh, because we defied the lash at our sacrament, that's why we can do this one. I don't want to do it though. I think I'm gonna do this one. And our father likes us less, but our younger brother likes us more, and I think I'll go with that. We need to set a good example for Nathan, you know? We gotta raise him right. So... And we get more willpower, which I'm sure will be useful for something later on the line. I don't want to do this weird cult stuff. We're not gonna do it. Besides, we're not a nobleman, so, like, if we're not nobility, I feel like we really have no right to be doing this. Like, we're not allowed the benefits of nobility, but then when it comes to, like, bleeding for them, then, like, as long as it's something that involves suffering, we're allowed to do the nobilities thing. But if it's benefits of being a noble, we don't get those. So, like, no, absolutely not. That's true, and we want to disappoint our dad a little. That's true, that's true. 14. We're not going to take part in what dad says. Stupid family traditions. This is the worst game night ever. You return the dagger to father and say you cannot participate in the ritual. You are a commoner, and your back bears the mark of the lash. Grandfather would never have let you honor his name as a nobleman. Probably should have done it just to spite our grandfather. Nathan nods in agreement. You do not deserve this honor. Father furrows his brow and shakes his head. Stephen, help me close the lid of the sarcophagus, and remember to ask for grandfather for his blessing. And as for the two of you, it seems you weren't ready to walk the nobleman's path after all. You're right, son. Your grandfather would never have allowed it. The lid of the sarcophagus falls into place with a heavy, resonant thud. Then, suddenly, you all freeze as each of you hears your late grandfather speak to you. His voice is loud as it rings in the depths of the crypt, and yet he speaks to each of you separately. I really wish he wouldn't. Especially because his voice is the worst one to do. Foul-blood weakling! I knew you never had it in you to rise above your meager birth, sir. You have not a drop of nobility in you, and your pathetic little brother is the same. You are a taint upon my flesh and blood. Be gone from my crypt. Yeah, I don't want to be in here anyway. Ew. Yeah, our first name is Sir, just like Sir Walter Scott. I learned from the best. But yeah, so he still has to call us Sir, even if we're not noble. It works. It works. Your legs carry out of the crypt of their own accord. Probably you. This section didn't get the editing it deserves. Your legs carry you out of the crypt of their own accord. Out of that stuffy crypt. You can finally breathe again. You hear slow footsteps behind you. You turn around and meet Nathan's gaze. You did the right thing. If it weren't for you, I'd have done what Father told us. Grandfather said I should stay away from his legacy. Said it'd do me no good if I try to follow in his footsteps. How's that for words of guidance, eh? Nathan sighs as he embraces you. It's true, they were so choked up they couldn't focus on their writing. I suppose. I was more thinking that they just don't like this section. Cause it's all about Gregor and who likes him. So they just never came back and revisited it. Which is fine. I don't blame him. Nathan says he embraces you. Father and Stephen leave the crypt much later and walk to the carriage without a word. You and Nathan humbly follow behind them. That's fine. This is fine. I don't care. Yeah, see, now they're even. And we have more willpower again. We are full of power. That'll come in handy for something later. Because we already had to use up. So I used up 5 of our willpower to, like, stop Gregor from burning down the whole house and killing your mother. So I was feeling a little bit low on willpower, and it makes me a little nervous if I'm under 10. Because, it is important for very key moments. So, forbidden love. What? This event is a consequence of my previous actions. Oh. I'm facing a consequence of something now. That's true. True death is not. That's what I thought. I was like, you're like, well, at least he's gone now. And I'm like, unless he, like, comes back to haunt us. And I was like, nah, maybe he won't. Like, true death is like, you have the non-true death, the one where you can come back from it. It feels like in a world where you can come back from death and then there's true death, you're not going to have, like, ghosts or anything like that. But no, yeah, he can totally come back and talk to us, apparently. Okay. Okay. Consequence of my previous actions. Like, this sounds like a good thing, right? Like, because we have a high of nobility above 4, so, like, a condition has been met. Yay. It sounds good. But I don't like the word consequence. Consequence doesn't mean a negative thing, but it sure seems like it. Grandpa's a Harry Potter ghost. Let's go see him in the crypt. Yeah, I don't know about the whole ghost thing. And Gregor talked. I don't know. That's like, yeah. Can he only talk to people in the crypt? Like, I thought it was kind of weird. I feel like he should only be able to talk to us if we, like, did the blood thing, you know? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, let's do some forbidden love now for a change of pace. um, Another day of school is behind you. You are now wandering your district, taking your time before going home. It is getting dark. Soon you are walking past the splendid mansion of Count El Velasco, one of Magra's richest landlords. You hear a familiar voice from the other side of the iron fence. It is Stephen's voice. It is followed by the sound of a young lady laughing. Stephen having forbidden love? You peek through the fence and into the mansion's garden, and indeed, there you see your elder brother, dressed like he is going to meet the Emperor himself. He is currently busy helping a pretty young lady out of the window. Ooh, scandalous. She locks him in an emotional embrace. You recognize her, Maria El Velasco, Count El Velasco's daughter. And as the whole city knows, she is already betrothed to another young nobleman from a far more illustrious family. Ah, Maria, I thought I would help you come down to earth from your heavenly abode, but your very touch brings me to the heavens. Oh, geez, Stephen. You're going a little hard. He picks the Count's daughter up and holds her in the air. She laughs almost imperceptibly and kisses him on the cheek, but then Stephen takes her by the chin and turns her face to him. Their lips join in a kiss. A flurry of emotion washes over you as you watch it happen. Stephen is putting the reputation of his entire family at risk. Acting so frivolously with the Count's daughter may turn the Count's influence against all the Brants, and yet Stephen always speaks so highly of noble bearing and composure and family honor. Stephen's face is glowing with joy. Your older brother. He is happy, truly happy. You have never seen Stephen like this, as his arms hold the Count's daughter in a tender embrace, so gently, as though he fears to hurt her. And Maria reciprocates his feelings. Must you really rob them of their secret joy? Heart's in the right place when you workshop the mushy lines, yeah. I mean, she seems to like it, so, like, maybe she's into that, you know? If she likes it, that's what really counts. If you ever speak to him about this, no one else must hear it. You wait by the gate patiently until Stephen decides to return from his escapades. He is startled when he finally notices you standing by the gate. Oh, we're gonna help Stephen. Could have more nobility. And we actually improve our relations with him if we remind him that he shouldn't be doing this. You know, I think we're gonna help him though. Hey, welcome, Tortilla. I'm the first person you've seen who's sympathetic to Stephen. Yeah, I know, stopping him improves it. Isn't that so right? I mean, yeah, he helped us out at the trial. You know, and like he's been improving lately, and like he was very influenced by Gregor, and since he's dead, you know, we have our chance to step in and influence him a little bit. And you know, I have to help him. I'm not gonna say he shouldn't be happy. He was happy. He was happy. We've never seen him that happy. And it's like, it'd be different if, like, Maria weren't into it. If he were, like, pursuing her and she was like, Uno, go away, and he was, like, harassing her, but, like, she's into it too. So, like, you know, gotta make everyone happy. What are you doing here at this late hour, sir? Is there something you wish to tell me? Hey, Don. Welcome back. You confessed to Stephen that you saw him today in the El Velasco garden with the Count's daughter. I was watching animes. Ooh, what anime? This affair puts both families' honor at risk, yet you say you are happy for him. You can see how much he cares for her. No matter what, it is worth the risk. Stephen can trust you with this secret, you assure him. The two of you will keep it together. Oh, Hunter x Hunter. I've never watched that. But it's really popular, so it must be pretty good. Stephen reacts to you with anger at first, but your supportive words calm him down. Thank you for the compliment. One of the best closing arcs in all of anime. I see. Yeah, some anime just don't get wrapped up very well, and it kind of ruins the whole thing. You've got all the makings of a professional spy, but we're right. The risk is too great. Your aid will not go amiss. You are no nobleman yet, but I hope your word is worth my trust. Of course it is, Stephen. From that day on, you helped Stephen and Maria avoid attention on many occasions. You even have to distract El Velasco's manservants and lead them away on a wild goose chase through the district. In the end, you are never caught, and you earn your brother yet another night with his beloved. They are both aware that the days of their hidden love are numbered. Aww. Thank you. Thank you for the compliments. But how will your escapades affect the family's reputation? You and your brother agree. Whatever happens, happens. Young love is worth this risk. Aw, that's nice. So much love. Event has happened. Okay. Now what? Oh, another consequence. Oh no. The poets. This event is a consequence of your previous actions because of my high ingenuity. Okay. The poets. Today you and Thomas are to explore the streets of the castle district. You delve deep into the district, right to the old siege walls of Anizote. The city needs these walls no longer. There are no more enemies left for the Empire to fight, since the twins descended and chose the Tempest dynasty to rule the Empire. It has spread one sea to sea, bringing its rule and peace for many generations. I am probably just misreading that sentence. The two of you gaze in awe at the old charcoal black marks on the former fortress walls. They say magic wielders during Char Melanidas' rebellion could conjure gusts of fire with their own hands. The rebellious duke fought against the emperor and the Church of the Twin Gods in the days of yore, but nothing remains of his rebellion now save for the scorched ruins and parched land throughout Magra. You and your friend study the old walls and daydream about the battles that took place here during the rebellion. But then you hear a muffled voice coming from somewhere below the ground. You look around to find a hole in the brickwork where the sounds are coming from. Naturally, you take a peek. You see a half-ruined hall built below the ground, and a handful of young men and women standing there in the dark. They look a little bit older than you and are wearing plain shirts and dresses. A young man is standing on a piece of crumbled wall reciting some of his poetry. It tells the story of a nobleman who fell into a puddle thanks to his gaudy cloak, and none of his noble bearing was of any help. He ends it with a farcical bow. You hear applause and laughter. Yay! He gets down from the crumbled wall, and a young girl takes his place. You cannot see her face in the darkness, but hers is a voice you could recognize anywhere. It is Gloria. Your sister begins to recite a poem she has written. Nay, Gloria, yours is no proper life. You are to be a mother and a wife. Accept the kitchen apron for a gag, and lo, another voice now takes a crack. You're straying from your lot, you've got some nerve. Eyes down and be obedient and serve. Your husband, children, house, they are your absolute. Nay, Gloria, you are but rotten fruit. You lean down to hear her better, but sand and stones fall from under your feet and into the underground hall. Gloria looks up and meets your gaze. Thomas pulls you away from the hole. So they're reading poems. Imagine that. They sure hate nobles. And even Gloria. I never thought your sister could do that. But they're sure gonna get in trouble if they get spotted by any adult. Bad-mouthing a noble will get you flogged in next week. Not to mention all the trouble you can get into for writing poems if you're a commoner. You'd better tell your sister to lay off. We'd better stay away from them, too. You nod. Being around these people puts Gloria in great danger. But you know your sister. It will not be easy to tell her this. Your adventure in the castle district is done for tonight. You and your friend return home. During dinner, Gloria will not look at you. Her hair is all disheveled. Is she afraid or is she ashamed? You are so worried. You are also worried sick. These literary gatherings may spell danger for your sister, but for an illegitimate child like her, there are so few ways to forge her own path. Dinner is over. Soon you and Gloria are alone at the table. What are you going to tell her? Yeah, I mean, it wasn't, like, great. But I mean, she's still working on it. She's still working on it. She's learning, you know. We're gonna keep her secret. I mean, look, we definitely, if we're gonna keep Steven's secret, we have to keep Gloria's. Like, I mean, again, it's perhaps better for her to leave the society, but I'm gonna be supportive. Like, it's not fair that she can't even just, like, read and write poetry. That's stupid. And clearly this is something she's been doing since, like, she was so little, like, probably, over 10 years now? She's so passionate about this, and she really loves it. In the same way Steven loved Maria, this is probably even more true love. Like, Gloria probably loves poetry way more than Steven loved Maria. So, like, this isn't just, like, you know, young teenage love. This is a passion. She's not good at it, but, like, that doesn't matter. When you stop doing poetry, I'll keep your secret of how bad it was. I mean, yeah, we could do that too. We're gonna keep her secret though. We can't let everyone know she writes bad poetry. So we're gonna keep her secret. Gloria finally looks at you. You wink at your sister and promise to keep her secret. You praise the poetry you were able to overhear and confess that you were impressed. We're lying a little bit, but that's fine. That's fine. You know, just like when you talk to kids. Yeah, she's our big sister, but like, you know, you gotta say, good job. So good. Keep going. And then maybe one day she'll get better. You just gotta encourage her. A big joyous smile appears on her face. I'm so happy, brother. I thought you were going to tell me... I thought you were about to tell me to stop going there and say what Mother says about my lot. But I'm glad you're not like that. Me and my friends, without our poetry, we don't have anything else left. Nothing but our abysmal daily lives. At least we can laugh about it this way. You get serious and tell her that her friends need to work much harder to hide their meetings. After all, this secret passion could end badly for them if they get caught. The best way out of this is to meet in a new place every time. You list off several abandoned places nearby where nobody will look for them. You promise her that if she ever comes close to danger, you will be there to protect her. Gloria nods and plants a kiss of sisterly joy on your cheek. Yay. Oh, we already had max affection with her. I didn't realize it only goes up to 5. That's not very good. But we have more ingenuity now. Event has happened. Okay. Metaphorically, not literally. I don't want to hear more of your poetry. Yeah. Maybe we should have offered to edit it for her. Like, we'll be your beta reader, Gloria. We'll like give you some good feedback. Okay, the fugitive girl. Grandfather's passing and last respects have left a mark on the entire family. His words relayed from the hereafter keep echoing in your mind. You still do your best to avoid the memory of grandfather's last night and spend more time on the city streets with Thomas and your other classmates. The road by the house reminds you of another clash with death. Sometimes as you walk along that road, you recall Sophia, the beautiful girl with the wonderful eyes and the terrifying, thundering hooves. You have not seen Sophia since that fateful day. The children who live nearby say her parents sent her to a rich Archnean family, the Audens, as a servant. The sun has set. The pillar shines palely in the dark sky. Thomas is ill, so you decide to visit him and tell him the latest news. The streets seem oddly agitated tonight, full of horses, cloaked men, strange faces, and hushed voices. A young nobleman in a heavy embroidered cloak is walking back and forth, clutching at his sword nervously. There is a grimace of rage on his delicate blue face. He is an Archnean. I forgot they're blue. You overhear voices. Sir Auden, the girl's not at home. We searched the house. Her parents swear she ran away from home too. They claim they wanted to bring her back. Just do what it takes. Turn this loathsome district upside down if you must, and bring my servant back to me. She's here. Bro, have you been doing any of the appropriate things with your servant girl? Because you're taking a lot of interest in a runaway servant girl. Like, this is something, like, the head servant should be in charge of, you know, like, the mistress, who is in charge of all the other serving girls, just the, butler person, you know, is in charge of, like, all the other male servants. Like, this is someone else's job, not yours. And the fact that you're chasing her down is creepy, and you need to back off. Sophia, she ran away from an Archnean? How can this be? There is only one place on the entire street where a person could hide. The abandoned Moral House, 4 houses away from yours. You head there, doing your best not to attract attention. The lopsided house built of yellow brick has been abandoned for 20 years or so. You remember playing there as a boy. You glimpse a figure inside even before you enter. A pair of eyes glimmer in the dark. You would recognize them even after another 4 years. Sophia has grown up. She is almost an adult now, and her face is full of fear. She is not the easygoing girl next door that you remember. She finally recognizes you. Oh, it's you, sir. Be quiet. They're all looking for me. I ran away from the youngest Auden. I might be in for a lesser death here, but I'd rather stay than spend another day in their slavery. I'm just a thing to him, just a toy to play with. Sophia winces and closes her mouth as she says this. There is a glint of bright yellow deep in her eyes. I ran to my parents. I told them all about the men I had to serve, and they went and alerted the Audens. They don't want to be the target of their ire, but you aren't going to tip them off, are you? The barking and shouting are getting closer. Sophia's voice grows quiet. She runs off to the darkest corner of the house before you can answer. One of Auden's servants is so close you can hear his cloak swishing against the ground. He notices something and calls for the others. There are more voices around you now. They approach the house from the yard and surround it. One of them seems particularly snappy, annoyed, and impatient. You have already heard this voice today. If you're in there, girl, you'd be wise to come out and quit wasting my time. All will be forgiven, and you will go back where you were. And you know it. And if you don't, I'll drag you out by the hair. The hilt of the young Archnean sword bashes against the door, but he is about to lose his patience for good. Sophia hugs the wall in the dark, trying to stay still. She glances at you. What will you do? Your heart is racing. Can you act against the Archnean's orders? Do you have the gall to defy the mighty nobleman? Look, I am absolutely helping this girl. I died for her before. A lesser death, but I still died for her. My first death. Baby's first death. I died. For this girl. I'm not gonna just give her up to this guy. Absolutely not. Like, what am I gonna do now? Like, look, I can't even do that. I can't even do that. So it's fine. Okay. So, I can stop him. Ooh, I can use willpower to do this, but why would I? This is the same destiny. Up with Sophia, so the responses are still the same. Sophia's trusting, one with Sophia. And up, yeah, that just, I guess that's if I can't do this one. Like, if I hadn't died for her, then I'd have to do this way. Hide alone. Oh, I get willpower from this, but look, not doing the creepy blood witch ritual, that's worth 5 willpower I get from that. And like, yeah, I lower my relationship with my father, but like, who cares about him? But Sophia, again, literally died for her before. Like, and I don't even have to use willpower to do this. This is like why wouldn't I choose this one? Yeah, we're gonna stop this guy. Take that. I was kind of planning, like, so if this were real life, what I would do is I would like make a noise and like they bust on in and all they see is me, and my goal would be like for Sophia to like run away while I distract them, right? The distraction strategy. That seems like the most likely to work. But they didn't give me that as an option, so that's fine. You pull yourself together and walk slowly to the half-collapsed doorway. Sophia stays behind. The tall young Archnean stares you down, his condescending smile dripping with scorn. In your most assertive voice, you answer his question. He will find no fugitive girl in this house. This is kind of close to what I had expected. Or what I had wanted to do, I guess. What are you doing here, boy? I wasn't speaking to you. Out of my way. Auden needs no permission to enter, so he steps inside. You stand in his way. You have already assured the young Archnean there is no one else inside. You have done him a great service. What makes him doubt your words? Why, you lowlife! How dare you stand in an Archnean's way? You must have lives to spare. Auden backhands you with immense strength, enough to send you flying. The Archnean draws his sword. It rises in the air, but then one of his men shouts, "Sir, there she is!" The Archnean turns around and briskly walks away. Looney Tunes strategy. I mean, it's not a Looney Tunes strategy. I mean, it's kind of like what I'm doing here. Like, but I kind of expected her to run away out back. But, you know, maybe there's no back door or windows or anything. It's just an abandoned house. I think it would be in worse condition, but you know, maybe not. Oh, never mind. See, Sophia knows what's up. She and I are on the same page. Sir here, he doesn't know what's going on. He like kind of got on the right track because I chose the right option. But Sophia, she knew what I was thinking. That's what I wanted to see. Sophia, use your distraction to climb out the window in the back. You jump to your feet and escape the house in the same way. Sophia's slight silhouette is gaining distance far ahead. One of Auden's men is chasing her down, ready to catch her at any moment. She should have like been a little sneakier, but yeah, it's fine. But then something unbelievable happens. Sophia lets out a dreadful scream, and the air around her sizzles with golden sparks. Auden's man falls to the ground, clutching his head. Sophia freezes for a second, as though uncertain of what she just did. What was that? She a full cell. I mean, I appreciate that, like, you know, like, she feels like my self-insert character, if that makes sense. Like, she understands. She is me. Sir is not a good self-insert of me, apparently. But Sophia, sure. Okay. Auden screams at her right next to you. So that's how it is, eh? The wench is a witch. Seize her. Magic? Sophia is a witch? Sophia's silhouette disappears down an alleyway. Auden's men give her chase, but they will never find her in the dark, sprawling district. You watch her go. Will you ever see her again? I better. I have saved her twice now. Sacrifice myself, save self-insert. Okay, well, she wasn't my self-insert until now. But she is, like, I don't know. Was there another character that, like, Sir kind of potentially had a romantic thing with? Or was that the Maria? Like, because wasn't there that one Archnean? That, like, the handkerchief situation and stuff? But like, Sophia's an investment, you know? So I feel like we're invested in this relationship. Yeah, the blue lady, yeah. There was like the fountain and the handkerchief situation. And she was like way too fancy for us. And, yeah. Also, my tracking is so bad. I'm sorry. I need to redo, recalibrate before next stream. It, like, gets worse and worse. I don't know why. The runaway girl becomes the talk of your district for an entire week. You overhear that Sophia managed to flee the city. The Audens are furious. After this sudden appearance, she disappears from your life once more. You will not see her again until much, much later. Spoilers! But now she's trusting. Was she not before? Okay, now we're +2 with her. She takes a long time to warm up to us. Makes stop. Yeah, I thought it was kind of weird where he was like, oh, the only place to hide is this abandoned house. And it's like, okay, I guess. But like, why would she stop and hide in there? And also, because that makes it a little obvious, right? Like, since that's the only hiding spot on the street. Now, granted, we're a local. We know it's the only hiding spot. But it also is, like, the first go-to hiding spot. Like, the abandoned house as opposed to the lived-in houses. So, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Weird choice, but, you know. In that regard, she is not my self-insert character. You are about to turn 50. Year 1133, summer, the blood-stained sermon. You're about to turn 15, just one step away from adulthood. Mother is acting anxious at dinner today, barely touching her food. You exchange glances with Gloria. She carefully tells you that she wants to go to the tailor. Mother shudders and her hands clench into fists. No, don't you dare leave home today. I forbid it. That dirty heretic Fotis is preaching his lies under the silver tree today. Twins willing, I don't want you to hear any of that. You and Gloria glance at each other again. Fotis. He is a patriarch, the head of the clergy throughout the entire province. That is the first time you've heard Mother speak like this about a priest, especially such a high-ranking one. Gloria wrote a poem to celebrate. See if we hear her out. Fair enough. Once you leave the dinner table, Gloria comes to your room with a cunning expression on her face. She's about to play a trick on someone. She has a plan. The two of you should sneak out of the house and go to the silver tree. You simply must hear that sermon for yourself. What's so bad about Patriarch Fotis? Why does Mother hate him so much? You two are grown-ups now. Surely you have the right to know. Honestly, personally, I don't really care. But it's fine. You agree with your sister. Together you sneak out from under your mother's watchful eye and hurry to the silver tree. The temple block is full of people from all ranks and estate. There is barely enough room for you to squeeze through the crowd. The crowd has gathered around the very roots of the tree. Gloria suggests that you climb up to the roof of a nearby building so you can hear and see everything better. They're kids who lived in that street their whole lives. Probably makes sense in their minds. I mean, yeah, but I mean, it's obviously like the go-to hiding spot, but it also is the most obvious hiding spot. But it does. Oh, okay. I'll give the benefit of the doubt in that she said she went to her parents and she had expected them to like support her, and they didn't. And so I can see how maybe she was shocked and upset, and so obvious she assumed they skip it. I mean, honestly, like, it kind of is pretty obvious. And like, yeah, like that would be my thinking, is like she definitely wouldn't go to the like one hiding spot in the street. But you know, yeah, maybe reverse psychology. But I'll say she was probably, yeah, really upset and really shocked, and like she just went to the first thing she thought of. She didn't think it through. She just went to the house. That's like a place for the moment, in her panic, and then she was gonna like figure it out from there. Perhaps. That's the angle. Like hiding under your blanket, nobody's stupid enough to hide there, so no one checks it. I mean, yeah. She she honestly should have just blended in, you know? She should have gone to, well, okay. If she was already in her parents in like our neighborhood, like we don't have like the fanciest neighborhood, I imagine. So like this wouldn't be the strategy, but like she could have like blended in with the servants. Well, I guess no, because like some servants are like their job or something. Like our mother here, who's like, no, we're poor commoners and we deserve bad treatment or whatever. So some of them like respect their lot and all that. But she should just go to a different house because like there's a good chance that the people in charge of that house don't know all their servants. So she can just blend in with the servants. Hang out in the kitchens for the night and then be off on her way the next day, and use that as like lay low for a little bit to, make plans. That would be the move. But I can see how she might not have really worked that out yet. So she probably went to, her kind of safety place for the moment. I get it. I get it. Okay. And not a moment too soon. I don't know what was a moment too soon, but... From the roof you see a tall, silver-haired priest step onto the platform by the tree, dressed in the common black robe that looks far beneath his rank, yet he stands like a noble before the crowd. Behind his back is a banner flapping in the wind, the open book. This is the symbol of the new faith, the crowd whispers. The patriarch holds his hands up to the sky, and the entire temple block grows quiet. He begins his sermon, his vibrant voice rolling across the square. Fotis speaks of a great mistake. We entrusted ourselves to the lots as the only way to survive divine providence in this world, but for all these years the will of the twins has been interpreted for us by a single man, Prophet Zatius. The twins are ever watching from atop the shining pillar. Of this we have no doubt. But how can we so blindly believe that we truly follow their will by following the lots? Have we not seen the 3 lots of Azatius fail again and again to answer the question of how we ought to live our lives? Have we not seen people change their lot in life again and again without being smitten by divine wrath? Every person born, whether human or Archnean, lowborn or noble, must find their lot and their way to the gods on their own. From now on, we will seek the gods in the accounts of their own lives, in their own acts in this world, and in their own words as they echo within us. And as we heed the voice of the twins within, we will each find their path for us on our own. Okay. The crowd at the Silver Tree listens to the patriarch's speech in stunned silence. You glance at your sister. Her eyes glisten with tears as she hears Fotis' words. Then, suddenly, a hoarse cry rises from the crowd. If there are no lots, does that mean the nobles are gonna till the fields and the commoners are gonna bear arms? The crowd begins to murmur. The patriarch raises an arm and inhales, ready to answer. An odd figure leaps from the crowd onto the platform, a dirty beggar dressed in rags. A knife flashes in his hand. The blade slices. Blood starts spurting from Fotis' throat. He slumps over and collapses. A dark brown puddle spreads across the platform where he had stood. Gloria clutches her mouth to suppress a shriek. A few moments of stunned silence, and then the screams begin. The people are frantic. The temple guards try to restore order in the crowd, but to no avail. An old woman dressed in an inquisitor's cassock tries in vain to apply pressure to the patriarch's wound. The nobles draw their swords. Dogs are barking. The crowd is pushing and shoving. Children are crying. The entire square by the tree is in chaos. From the roof you see the moment when people start trampling each other, howling, praying, shouting. Gloria tugs on your sleeve. Time to go. You climb down from the roof and run. You return home without exchanging a word. Mother has been in her room all the while, so no one noticed your absence. Gloria locks herself in her room. You do not discuss the things you have just seen. They are too frightening, but your parents discuss every little detail of the blood-stained sermon over dinner. This is unbelievable. A patriarch murdered in plain sight. The gendarmes and the Archduke's guards have... Yeah, I'm kind of surprised to see, like, French words in here, but an Archduke guards have searched every corner of the slums, and the murderous beggar has disappeared without a trace. I can't imagine A more gruesome crime. Fortis died a true death, never to return from the hereafter. Oops. Oh, I didn't realize. But how? Why can't the patriarch be reborn? He's so close to the twins. Such is the way of the world, my children. Once you are granted great power by the twins' will, there's no hope for you to come back, not even after the first of your deaths. Emperors, they're powerful vassals, heads of great Archnean dynasties, patriarchs of the church. None of them are destined to be reborn. That sounds weird. Photis is gone forever. I fear for his soul. It was lost in doubt. Will the twins accept him upon the peak of the pillar? We must pray for the patriarch, children. Let us hope he managed to return to the true old faith before the moment of his passing. No, I don't think he did. But there is little hope for that, yeah. Okay. Order has gone down. The church has gone towards the old faith. The last night. Tomorrow you turn 16. According to imperial law, you will be a full adult. Your time at Sir Tibor's school has ended. You have studied enough to apply for the Imperial College and learn the judge's trade there. You are to travel to Eterna tomorrow. Your friend Thomas will go there with you to try his luck in the Imperial capital. Mother and father prepare you for the long journey. Yeah, just kidding at the last minute. Yeah, exactly. Remember, son, there is only one goal for you. You must become a student at the Imperial College. Your teachers dragged you through all those books for a reason. You have the knowledge and fervor to be ennobled by the mantle as I was, and as my late father was before me. And who knows, maybe one day you will be the one to write the name Brante in the blue book and ensure that your children's children will be noble by birth. Then Mother speaks to you carefully. There is worry in her eyes. But Robert, there may be another path for our son. Stephen, your firstborn, was born a noble. He will surely earn the title for the entire Brante family. Your second son bears the favor of the twins. For him, the path of the priest is a worthy calling, no less than a nobleman's sword. I don't know about that. We have not really been putting points into that category. I don't know if our mom's been paying attention, but okay. They have been arguing about your future for a while now. Still, she would never defy the will of a nobleman and her husband. You smile at them both, trying to placate them. Gloria laughs quietly behind their backs. Just don't become a snoot like Stephen, and you'll do just fine. Mother chides Gloria for that. You wink at your sister. Nathan has been downcast all evening. He barely touches his dinner. When everyone gets up from the table, he suddenly rushes over to embrace you. Mom doesn't understand the fine art of min-maxing stats. Yeah, where are our stats? Where do those go? Personality, here we go. Yeah, see, she thinks we should put everything in spirituality. I think that's stupid. It's, we are not. She says we're so close to the twins. Oh, you can't see because I'm in the way. But the stats on the side, 0 to 1 is mundane. Okay, you can see that part. 2 to 3 is Searcher, 4 to 6 is Soulful, and 7 to 10 is Blessed by the Gods. We are at Searcher. She's like, we're so close to the twins. If we were, we'd be blessed by the gods, and we are not. We are so far from that. I mean, we aren't mundane, I guess, but, we definitely should go with either of these stats. Honestly, this is the one Dad wants us to go down through, and, to become a noble, of the mantle. And, I mean, we are noble. We have 4 to 6. We're barely in the noble range. 7 to 10, the highest range is dignified. So we're in, like, rank 3 out of 4. We're also ranked 3 out of 4 in ingenuity as well. But clearly this is the one we're going towards, apparently. It really just has to do with how smart we are. We're either slow, bright, enterprising, or inventive. We're enterprising, but we're at the higher end of enterprising. So how do we take this route? I don't know what that one is, but... Okay, okay, back here. Yeah, ship sailed long ago. Um, alright. Nathan is gonna miss us. I feel sad. Please don't go, sir. Can't you stay? I don't know what I'm gonna do without you. Fantastic con man. I think we're gonna be an inventor. You know? Like, because the highest one is inventive, so. A scientist, if you will. You tussle his hair in response. There is no way you can stay now, you say. But when you come home, and you will come home, you'll tell him all your stories and bring him a special present from Eterna. This is it. All your lessons have been learned, all your things have been packed for the road. You will leave the family home tomorrow. Tonight is your last night at home before your departure. You walk through the rooms one last time. The sitting room where Mother used to read you fairy tales. The library where Gloria used to spend all her time. Father's study, which you entered only on special occasions. The backyard where you taught Nathan to build towers one summer. Honestly, these are all nice memories, but I do not have nice memories of this house. Like, because we were only filled in on, like, the most, like, dramatic, traumatic things. So I'm kind of ready to leave this place. To be honest. The whole place feels so familiar, so dear to you. It feels like home. You lived here for 16 years. Will you ever return? Yeah, we told Nathan. We have to return. It is getting late. Everyone is already in their rooms, but you hesitate. Father, Mother, Gloria, and Nathan. It will be a long time before you see them again. Who will you spend your last few hours at home with? Okay, I feel like I should spend time with Nathan, but this one has a lock next to it. Ooh, we get +2 ingenuity? Oh, but this gives us a ton of willpower. But it also gives us more relationship with Gloria, but we're already max relationship with Gloria. So, but we do have +2 ingenuity from this, which puts us in that top ingenuity category. But this gives us willpower, and I think I'm gonna do that. And also, to not, like, metagame, spending time with Nathan is... Okay, people keep sending out fireworks every, like, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, 10, 20 minutes, and it's, like... it makes me jump a little bit sometimes. Or not really jump, like, physically, but, like, you know, spiritually. I jump a little bit on the inside. Okay. I think... Okay, so actually I'm closest with Gloria, so I want to probably spend time with Gloria, actually. But with Nathan, like, Nathan feels like he's going to miss us the most. So I feel like we should spend time with Nathan. Because, like, I feel like, as much as I would like to spend time with Gloria, she doesn't need us to spend time with her. She's cool. She's chill. Nathan, though, like, Nathan needs us, so we... Oh. Well, he's sleeping, so it's fine. Nathan is already in bed snoring. You approach your brother quietly and pat him on the head. He is startled, but starts smiling with joy when he realizes it is you. Hi. Hey, can we go outside? I need your help with something. Booms are... They need to chill. You creep silently downstairs. The air outside is damp, and drops of dew glisten in the night. Nathan drags you towards the bushes. A spotted kitten looks at you from the bushes with sad eyes. You see a bowl of water and some scraps of food next to it. Aw, this one involves a kitten. How nice. Look, he ran into our yard today. See, he's got a broken paw. We need to save the poor kitten. You pat Nathan on the head. Together you sneak the poor animal into the house and take him to the storage closet. There you close the closet door and begin the treatment. That sounds ominous. If anyone is clumsy in your family, it is Nathan. Yet his hands are unusually accurate and calm as he binds the kitten's paw. You start chatting as you treat the kitten. As you think out loud about living in the capital and working towards your goal, Nathan strokes the poor animal's wet fur. He sighs. It's tough for me. You know, thinking about being a grown-up. I'm not much of anything even now. I wish I could be like you. You sure know where you're going and who you're gonna be. I really don't. You shrug. No, I mean it. I can't be like that. They say I'm going to study too, and go to Eterna and become a priest or go to the college, but there's no way I can make it there. Does that mean there's nothing else out for me? Or out there for me? You'll be leaving soon, and I'll be all alone here. Gloria's here. Don't forget. You'll write to me, I know you will. And you'll come back one day, but I'm scared. Scared I might lose my way when you're not around. You'll come back, but it'll be different. You'll be different. I'll be different too. You swear to Nathan that even if everything changes, you will always be his brother. You will always be there to offer him support and advice. Don't worry about the order of those. You have no doubt that he will find his way in life. It just takes time to find yourself, sometimes more than you might expect. The sun is about to rise. You should rest before the long trip, but you are not tired at all. Nevertheless, it is time for bed. Before you leave, Nathan hugs you again. Please promise you'll come back, sir. You swear to him that you will. You get into bed and fade away into a gentle, happy sleep. They will be waiting for you back here, no matter what. Yay! +3. And we have so much willpower. We are prepared for anything. Yeah. Departure from home, year 1133. You leave the family home for a long time. Your future awaits you in Eterna, the capital of the Empire. End of adolescence. Last night was your final night at home. The carriage is now waiting at the gate, ready to take you to the capital. The clip-clopping of the idle hooves against the cobblestones count the seconds before your departure. You take one more look at your parents' house and recall your childhood spent there, in the nearby yards at your school, and on the winding streets of Anazote. You clashed with the greater world around you and survived. You felt the tingle of emotion for the first time. We didn't feel emotion. That's a weird thing to point out, but okay. You were taught by the school and the streets. You explored the city of your birth and learned something of its past. You witnessed first-hand events that will be remembered by history for all of time. All of this is yours now, forever. You saw death, lesser death followed by rebirth, and the true death that takes and never gives back, except for voices, and also you can join the blood tide and things. You saw death lying in wait to strike the unaware, like a beast stalking its prey. You saw grandfather's angry grimace lit by the flickering fire of the lamp, the Archduke's cavalry trampling those who stood in their way, and your older brother's bloodied sword slicing through the air. Death has followed you from a very young age. And yet you live on. You have a friend who has been by your side all these years. Thomas taught you many things: how to take a hit, how to keep your word, and how to remain true to your own self. And now Thomas is walking to the same carriage as you are with a heavy bag slung over his shoulder. Your friend will remain your companion for the time being. Ahead of you is a long trip towards the capital and adulthood. For the first time, you will be away from your family and home. What awaits you in the future? Okay. Wow, look at all things that happened. Oh, we met Thomas! And then we saved Sophia. And then we began school. And is this where we met the... Oh, was this Sophia or was this the other... I thought this was the blue girl. Anyway. We began school. We're like skipping some time here. Grandfather died. Stephen is a girlfriend. Gloria writes bad poetry. And then we're leaving home. Okay. +4 noble, 6, 3. Yeah, same stats as before. We have so much willpower, though. We died once. Blue Girl's Octavia. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know if that's what they were referring to with that little section in there. Because I know we didn't have the romantic thing with Sophia. Certainly, like, we kind of liked her, I think, but I don't think it was after we died, but maybe. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've played this, like a month. Okay. Continue. Youth is starting. Continue.
Leaving my hometown behind, I set out for the capital of the empire. There, I would discover my role in society.
Why does he sound like a pioneer? He sounds like he's from the Wild West. It's gonna set out on the Oregon Trail in like 1843 or something. California Gold Rush or something. Like, alright, yeah, see ya. Actually, I was gonna end here soon in a minute anyway, but good night, good night. See you again. Next time perhaps. But yeah, so yeah, I'm ending it here too. This is a great stopping point for tonight. And maybe next time I play it, we'll try to get through all of chapter 3 here. So is the plan. Yes, it is perfect timing. But yeah. So yeah, I'm ending it here. Does it save automatically? I always forget. Settings. No, can't. Okay. I gotta click at that. Okay. Okay, wait. I gotta read through this first because I can't not. Okay, well, when I read through this section, then I put it. The driver flicks the reins, the carriage slowly sways, it starts moving away from your home. You stick your head out the window and wave goodbye to your family. Nathan is running in for the carriage with Thomas's younger brother in tow, tears glistening in their eyes. It hurts to leave your home behind. Ahead lies Eterna, the imperial capital. You have often read about it and heard stories from Father and Stephen. It is a city that surpasses Anizo enormously in terms of size, age, wealth, and beauty. But what is it really like? What kind of life awaits you there? What will you learn there, and where will your actions take you? You pass the old walls of Anizote. Somewhere within them is the old fortress you and Thomas built together out of old wooden planks, now left to the care of your younger brothers. You two are adults now. Perhaps your fortress will crumble, now abandoned. Or perhaps your brothers will continue what you started. Who knows? You look down at your hands, knuckles covered in scars from street antics, fingers stained with ink. Mother gave you a cross to wear away from home, and now you feel its warmth against your chest. Your family counts on you, even though they all wish a different future for you. But they are behind you now in Anizote. From this point on, only you will decide which road you will take. This is the journey you prepared for throughout your entire childhood. Ahead of you lie many years in the capital, years that will determine your fate and your place in society. Okay. Oh, let's read their personal qualities. Okay. For most skill checks, you will need a value between 10 and 16. By 17 to 19 are required for rare and especially difficult choices. Maximum value 20 only gives you a chance for one extraordinary deed. So basically like D&D stat, like stuff, right? It's like, am I rolling a D20 or are these like my buffs? Or do I improve these? Well, I guess we'll see as we play. Diplomacy. Proficient in the laws of the Empire, as well as your connections and influence among the ruling elite and high society, it affects your ability to negotiate with the people. Well, okay, most important to the judge. Okay. We have pretty low diplomacy considering. Perception ingenuity is manipulation. We are naive. But we have more manipulation than diplomacy. Most important to the conspirator. Ooh. Your ability to influence people by way of deception and trickery and use them to achieve your goals. Oh, look, there's our con artist. There we go. Okay. This one, theology. We are worse at this. Okay. Yeah, here we go. These are our higher scores. There we go. Valor. Your capabilities as a warrior. A warrior Your strength in battles and duels. It affects your ability to fight and command troops. We're a mediocre fighter, but we're almost a seasoned warrior. We're actually not too far off. Call it a con man. Yeah, but I'm not very high in the con man because I have very low perception. So let's see. The next stat should be our highest. Scheming. We're a dangerous one. Ooh. Criminal mastermind. See, con man is small beans. Okay, we're gonna be a ringleader in criminal mastermind. Your talent for inciting riots, organizing ambushes, and plotting murders, assaults, and sabotage. It determines your success. The success of your criminal undertakings. See, we're not a con man. We're a full-blown criminal. We're like a mafia boss. Excellent. Okay, what about the next one? Okay, not bad. Clear speech, ability to instill faith, to guide and lead people with your speeches, most important to the Inquisitor. Okay. Yeah, think big. Okay, continue. Alright, so this is Path of the Lotless. Path of the Priest or Path of the Nobleman? Ooh, I wanna, kind of want to be Path of the Lotless, but I'll take the Nobleman as well. Oh, look, we have enough valor. We can do that. Oh, and we can even be a priest. Our mom was right. We can be a priest. Look at that. Look at that. Or we could remain a commoner. Man, I feel like I should take the path of the nobleman. Not like I'm choosing now anyway, but, you know, we'll see how it pans out. We'll see. Yeah, we'll be a priest, just like him. But to be fair, he was a priest that, like, he was a rebel priest, you see. That's, like, pretty cool. But we could be a non-rebel priest and then, like, not die as easy. So, but I don't want to do that, because that sounds not fun. How'd that go for him? Yeah, being a rebel priest is really cool. I mean, that's it. Okay, if you die begging for mercy. Yeah, it was very inspirational. Exactly, Tortilla. It was very inspirational, you see. And honestly, I feel like that's our brand of priest. Like, if we're like a normal priest, then we go, oh, you guys can't see this. It says, the different conditions to be met, theology greater than 10 or eloquence greater than 10. Of course, we have eloquence greater than 10. We do not have theology greater than 10. So that's you can kind of see the one bolded and the one not. So I feel like theology gets you like regular priest, and eloquence gets you like Fotis was, like the inspirational one that ends up dying, but like, you know, still. Yeah, the holy fire does not burn within us, but we can fake it. You think the path of the priest is quite interesting? I mean, I'm sure it is. Like the theology in this game and like the world building stuff is really cool. But it's not the route we're taking with our character, apparently. We were really I don't know. I think my character was really influenced by those little soldiers, those little toy soldiers. For some reason those really stood out to me. So that's why I'm thinking I might still go the path of the nobleman. But I also am playing this character as like kind of caught between everyone's different pushes and pulling and stuff. So that's why Path of the Lotless could also work. But I feel like we should aim for the one that like is special. You know, this is the one like if you don't have high enough of anything. But but we'll see. Like, we're not choosing this now. We'll see where our path takes us. Maybe we'll come across other things. Maybe like, you know, we'll or true death. We can also just die. These are our options in life. You die before your first character died before reaching the last chapter. Aw, that's a bummer. But that's kind of cool still too. Like it's just fun that you get to like want anything but mediocrity. Exactly. Um, like the Path of the Lotless would be cool, like if we do cool things. Um, fend for as it says, fend for yourself and make your own way in the world. Like that's pretty cool. And look, that hand is looking pretty powerful. Um, but I feel like I should take the like special option at least for like a first playthrough. Um, but that's why this game is really fun because like it's fun to like play the character, um, and kind of decide, a little bit of a role playing kind of. I mean, it's a role playing game, so could have a lot less. Yes, exactly. Good one. Always appreciate puns. Um, but yeah, so like yeah, this could be a really good story, but like you don't know, like you have no idea what's coming out of this one. That's why it's a little risky. It's a little risky, I think. But again, we'll see. We're gonna kind of decide things as each individual like event comes to us, and I'm mostly like I'm kind slightly metagaming, um, but not really. Like I'm reading the effect it has, but it's not really affecting my decisions very much. Most of my decisions are being affected by role playing the character. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we'll end up a priest. Who knows what's going to happen to us in Eterna, What life awaits you? That's the question. So we will see next time, probably Tuesday. I think I'm gonna pick up this game again next time because I'm kind of feeling caught up in the story. So now that things are progressing, and I was getting a little tired of hanging around our little home house where we grew up in, but now we're off to bigger and grander things. Who knows what is gonna happen? So I'm kind of excited about that. So Tuesday, I think I will stream again, and probably a little earlier, around like 7 or so maybe. um yeah, and so that's it. I can save now, right? Yeah. Okay, quit to main menu. Yes. Okay. All right. So can you guys even hear the booming outside of the fireworks out there? um because it is kind of obnoxious. Anyway, so that's it for tonight. Thanks for hanging out and chatting. Really enjoying this game, and I like, getting to talk through it with you guys and hear your feedback and jokes and stuff. Makes it really fun and entertaining. This wouldn't be as fun by myself. I'd probably get really bored by myself. So thank you for being here and for keeping me company, playing through it with me. Um, and yeah, so streaming on Tuesday, and yeah, I know I just got so caught up in the past few weeks, but probably streaming more. Like I was saying at the beginning of the stream, don't want to burn myself out by going too crazy since I don't have work. And I'll probably during the day be trying to upload more onto like TikTok and YouTube and stuff as well. Kind of catch up on the passive odds I need to upload onto YouTube. Um and pick some highlights from the streams and stuff for TikToks and YouTube shorts and things. So the stream doesn't end until I go back to work. Oh my gosh, I would die. Um, but uh but but yeah, so yeah, don't wanna definitely don't want to burn out that much, but definitely also don't want to burn out by like streaming, too many nights throughout the week. So I'm thinking right now, at least for June, I want to do 4 nights for the next like 2 weeks. So tonight, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and then probably Sunday again, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. To like get back into things, and then we'll see. I kind of want to have like a cool thing. I like have got ideas. I've got ideas for July. Got ideas. For July, potentially the future. I just have been so caught up with other stuff that it's only like struck me the other day, and it's one of those things where like it's summer now and I'm kind of in shock that it's summer. I'm like, "Oh my God, where did that come from?" I'm not prepared. I haven't mentally prepared myself for having this time to work on projects and stuff. And like I'm just kind of like got dropped into all this free time, and I don't know what to do about it. So I'm yeah. Normally I always do that though. I always like take a couple days to like be absolutely unproductive and like get into a game that I like binge play for like 10 hours or books or TV shows or whatever and like sleep a bunch and like a couple days to like recalibrate. I'm still in the recalibrating phase right now. So I need to just mentally adjust and then make some plans for July, which is what I'm giving myself through June before I start anything. I want to have time to kind of plan it out. But I have ideas. I do have ideas. So we'll see how that goes. we'll see we'll see my ideas compared to my ability to manifest them and make them actually happen and put them in practice. Um so yeah, but we'll see. All right. Anyway, that's it for tonight. Have a good night. I'll see you in a couple days, and I'll be around other places on the internet. So, yeah. Alrighty. Goodbye.